Hey everybody, it's Tracy from HallOfFameMoms.com here with a back to homeschool update. Actually, I'll be giving more information about our our new school year. We have some changes this year, as some of you who have been following for a while probably already know. So instead of homeschooling 2 this year, I'll be homeschooling 1. My oldest wants to go to public school, and I think, and he's going to be, I'm going to start both of the boys on the same day. So they both start next week, and that's when I will do, next week I'll probably do the video on the homeschool books I'm using with my 10th grader. And maybe I'll talk a little bit about what I made my senior to be this year do before he was allowed to go to public school this year. But I want to talk about something that is very important to anybody, should be important to anybody right now, and that is staying healthy during this, this whole virus thing going on. First thing I want to say, this is not going to be a political thing, so don't worry about that. But I do want to tell you that you really, really, really need to be doing your own research, because I've been watching. There's doctors that I listen to. I listen to a variety of doctors, and I would choose them over what you hear the mainstream media tell, or Dr. Fauci. Okay. So just some links to help you. I will put them down below, but real quick, you want to be listening to the doctors at the Frontline, something like Frontline COVID-19 Critical Care. But their website, if you go to flccc.net and look up their I don't want to say the word, the C virus prevention protocol, okay? So I'm going to show you the supplements that my family and I have been taking before. We've been taking them since, I actually have been taking a lot of these since before this pandemic even was a thing. Like, I had been taking them for my own health. After the C virus started, then I put my family on them, and just recently we started taking quercetin. So let me just show you, and I just want you to have some information for yourself, okay? I don't necessarily take the exact same dosage that the prevention protocol from FLCCC says. I take what we've been taking. And I just do our own thing. We're all healthy. So, and we do this maybe twice a week on average, okay? So this is just what our family's doing. So I have all of us taking 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C about twice. I'll just show you, because we, as a rule, take it all at one time, and usually I have us do it after sometime between dinner and bedtime. Okay, that's not expert opinion, that's just what works for us. So like I said, we take 1,000 milligrams of this vitamin C. We take, this is really important too, this vitamin D3, and the K2 is, if you're not eating enough of the vegetables that give you the K2, then I would recommend you get the supplement, as I've heard it recommended. So, because you want the D3 to work in your body. But this is what we get: 5,000 IUs of D3. We take that, one of these twice a week. Probably we should be taking these like every day though. But we're, like I said, we're healthy. So, zinc, we take one of these zincs. Now, well, hang on, I'll tell you this. And then I have them on some type of fish oil, all of us. Cod liver oil is what I have right now, but I mean, it could be something different. And then we just added quercetin to our regimen. What was I going to tell you? Oh, now if somebody's, appears to be getting sick, I increase the vitamin C, and I will increase the zinc. And part of my reason for being not doing these every single day is because, for one thing, I don't want us to take this. I don't want our bodies to get used to all these supplements every single day, and then if we do get sick, then I may need to increase something, but plus just the cost of supplementing. So, to my knowledge, none of us have gotten the C virus. We have been around people with it. We are not a, we will mask if we have to, like around certain people, but masking is not our lifestyle, okay? So if you are interested in anything like this, do your own research on these supplements and see what, if you would agree that they would be good for you to take. Also, I like there was something else I was going to tell you. I do have some vitamin E, which I recommend you look into taking too. So sometimes we'll take that. And it felt like there was something I wanted to tell you. Sometimes magnesium. I'm going to pull something up here real quick to show you because I don't have editing software for this video. So hang tight here. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. So as more and more information comes out about all of this, I just heard something today that sounded like the C virus may have been around since before September of 2019. Well, what's funny is that in the summer of 2019, our family we live in Ohio, we did some 1-day, 2-day trips, probably early in the summer. Like we drove to New York to see Niagara Falls. I think we spent like one night out that way. We stopped in Pennsylvania to see Presque Isle. It was along the way. We went to Kentucky to Mammoth Cave. We went to Hocking Hills in Ohio. We went to a artifact show in Manchester, Ohio, along the Kentucky border also. That's most of what we did, and maybe Cedar Point. And sometime around July, I had a bout. I was very fatigued, and it really stuck out in my mind like, this is strange, I had this unusual bout of fatigue. I may have developed a cough. I can't remember, but I do recall that sometime since like 2019 and even this year, 2021, it seems like the need to cough and maybe the sinuses just really have increased. Now, I've been well. In fact, but in a weird way, it's like I've almost been healthier. I don't know. It's just really hard to explain. But I just wonder if maybe what if I had COVID back in the summer of 2019, and nobody, I don't know that any of the doctors would have had a clue had I gone to the doctor anyways. I mean, if I had anything, it would probably just be some unknown virus, I guess. But it wasn't so bad for me that I had to go, And I had been on most of the vitamins that I showed you that our family is regularly taking now. So, and like I said, we have been around people who believe they've had it or have been diagnosed with it, and so it doesn't seem like we've gotten it yet. So, and we are not getting the vax. We're not doing it. So, which brings me up to something I'll have to probably do a different video on, but I have been doing a lot of work on trying to find out how to get ivermectin. I prefer ivermectin over the HCQ, Azithromycin Zinc protocol because it's one thing. It sounds like it may be even safer than Tylenol, and you can use it for prevention. The FLCCC.net recommends it in their COVID prevention protocol. So, and I will put a link in the description box to them. That's where you'll find Dr. Pierre Corey and a bunch of other doctors who are working together on this. Anyways, what was I going to show you here? Let me pull it up. So if you go to flccc.net, you want to look for their recent updates that you can print off. Yeah. See that? Is it back? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so they updated their protocol, and they may update it again coming this fall. So they're watching things. Dr. Pierre Corey, he's not treating just anybody now. He's just treating like family, friends, friends of friends, colleagues, that kind of thing. But there's a bunch of other doctors there, and they have a list of possible pharmacies and docs that'll do telemed and help you get a prescription. Also, Frontline, I think it's frontlinemds.com. For $90, you have to pay for the teleconsult, which is fair. The doctors will meet with you, and it's $90 for the prevention, and you can ask to get a prescription for something also that way. I have learned that there's more than this. Somebody locally that I know went through, this is what I was told anyways, let me find it. It's frontlinemedicaldoctors.com. Let's see, frontlinemedicaldoctors.com. Yeah, so just how you spell it, .com. And you scroll to the bottom, and then this is what I was told. So you get online and you register your information. A doctor who practices in Ohio calls you. I'm in Ohio, so this person's telling me this. I know these women. I mean, the women I'm talking about, the sister who got this. Her story was that a female ER doctor from Cleveland called her back, and she was able to get the HCQ and the azithromycin. And the cost was about $150 to $170 for the consult and the meds. And they used a mail order pharmacy out of Tampa. They may be backed up by now. All these people are probably going to be backed up right now. I have tried to reach, I've emailed Dr. Sherry Tenpenny in Medina, Ohio, a few times, but it's only been this week. It's like, I mean, we're not sick, so we're not a priority, okay? I have, yeah, I think that's the only person I've reached, because I almost went through frontlinemds.com, but I wanted to hear back from the lady that I know first. Okay, so just take all of this with, just take all of this information in. If you don't, if you can't use this, don't worry about it, but maybe you know somebody who can use this information, okay? And something else, I called our doctor's office and was told that they're not really prescribing this ivermectin. I called our pharmacy, the pharmacy company that we use, and they will fill a prescription for it, so I've been told that. So you really got to do your own research. And I would tell you, I would be afraid right now to depend on the hospitals and the doctors. After the things that I'm hearing, okay, it just sounds like the people who care about you and us and the truth are on the fringe now, and the mainstream media and whatever they want to believe, and seems to be where some of the doctors in the hospital, I don't even count. I don't even have any faith that I would be able to get any of these drugs. I don't know if I could get any of these drugs from my doctor's office, and that's a scary thought. Even the hospitals. I just read a story about a hospital in Dover. Somebody's terrible experience down there. So I'm just saying, you don't want to go to the hospital. You don't want to have to get on a vent. You need to do whatever you can to avoid that. So the best thing I can do for my family is to put them on, is to keep us all healthy as best we can be. I mean, like with supplements, you know, look into all that kind of stuff. And if you can get a preventative drug, you know, like a little bit of ivermectin, or HCQ along with azithromax, just in case you get it, you know, I recommend you get it, you know, and share this video with your doctor, you know, if they're like, you know, because even when I called my doctor's office, and I told the nurse who I was on the phone with, is there like an email? I asked if there was a way I could email some information, and she didn't give me an email. She just was like, well, what's the link? Well, I wasn't sure what the link was, and there's more than just to share a link. I mean, you know, so that's disturbing too, you know. So, anyways, I'm not happy with our current doctor situation. So, anyways, this is. I hope this was helpful. And then next week I plan to get back with the homeschool. You know, I let you guys know what curriculum we're using for 10th grade, and talk about, if you want, you know, leave me a comment. I mean, if you don't care, that's another thing. But if you're interested in knowing why at least my opinion from my side, why I was okay with my oldest going to public school after 11 years of homeschooling, especially now in the middle of a crazy pandemic, you know, you can leave me a comment. But here's one thing, you know, we're a Christian family. All my family has professed faith in Jesus Christ for salvation, for forgiveness for our sins, okay? Salvation's only through Him. You know, I've been in the Word of God since I was a kid. I was blessed to be raised in a Christian home. I started to really develop a pretty faithful, I think, personal Bible quiet time, maybe in my late teens. So, you know, we're not going to live in fear. You know, I don't believe we need to run around with masks on. I don't believe we need to shut down businesses and churches and stuff like that. Our church is not going to shut down again. We've already been told that. We were only shut down for maybe 2 months last year because this was also new, and we didn't know what was going on, and our pastor has even expressed regret over that. So you know what? Yeah. And as Christians, we should be standing up for the truth. And that reminds me, there's this awesome book. You guys should get it. And I'll do a video on it. It's called The Doctrine of the Lesser Magistrate. Just like totally, and I would say revolutionary for people who believe in doing right, who have a conscience to do right, and Christians especially, who have just been like brainwashed that we should do whatever the government says because they're the authority. You know, and there's maybe 2 verses in the Bible where it says something about, you know, obey every law or something like that. But here's the thing about the Bible. You can't just take one verse and make a doctrine out of it, okay? And I don't think I've ever heard a message is thorough on the subject of the subject I'm talking about at church. So I'm thinking that a whole lot of us, generations maybe of Christians, have been thinking one way, just a limited scope in what we understand is our job for standing in the gap between evil rulers and other people. Anyway, that's a subject for a whole nother video. This video is like 20 minutes now. So anyways, if you made it this far, hey, thank you. And I'll plan to be with you hopefully next week, okay? Thanks for listening.